We live. Woo! We are live on this beautiful Wednesday. We're here with Just As Danny. How you doing, man?
I'm tired, but we woke up early.
We did wake up early. That is very, very true. Thank you, everybody, for joining another live stream here on Five Fires YouTube. We got a lot to talk about. It was a very, very interesting day. It really went how we thought it was going to go, and then it completely turned the corner, and it was like a great disastrous day. I don't know how else to put it. Is that a good way to explain it, hey, Danny?
Yeah, it was like a great day that was, but also like not what it. So it wasn't the day that we expected as far as what we wanted to film and show, but it ended up being a good day.
It ended up being a good day. I'm going to tell my Instagram real quick that we went live. Give me 1 second, everybody. Stand by. What's up, everybody? We're just going live on Five Fires YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link right here. We're going to be just talking Disney Genie Plus. What's up, everybody? I don't even know where to begin today, Danny.
Let's start with a little bit of on the share screen, Mondo. If you can go to the Genie Plus segment of the Disneyland website.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Almost there. All right. And I just want to say, everybody, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. I want to make sure you guys can hear us. You guys can see us. This is the way this technology works. It's always up and down, up and down. Okay. Let me open up the website. Dude, every time I click the Disney website, it takes me to River Bell Terrace. Every time. I don't know why. I'm just cursed by River Bell Terrace. I wonder, are they pushing Disney Genie Plus on the homepage? No, they're not.
No.
Wow, I'm
Oh, there it is. There it is. You missed it.
Where?
It was at the bottom. Keep going. Keep going. You're right
there.
there.
There you are. Oh, make a wish. See, this will be happy people tomorrow. All right, where do you want to go, Danny?
Let's keep scrolling. I want to see like what we talk about so we can do different things. I want to see if it tells you what it includes, like the rides that it includes on that page somewhere. I know it's on there somewhere. I just don't know where.
Crystal clear. Everyone can hear us. Okay, cool. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate the feedback. So Disney Genie Plus, it's supposed to tailor recommendations just for you. And I can't wait to go into that. It's supposed to have a personalized itinerary, Danny, through your My tab. Through your My Day. And then they also have a tip board. And also lightning lane entrances is the whole spiel of today's conversation, which is Disney Plus version of Disney Genie. There's a Disney Genie that's free that everybody could use, and then there's lightning lanes that is produced through Disney Genie Plus, and we'll go more into detail about that. Also, too, a custom tip board, Danny. Can't wait to talk about that. So they got a My Day and then a custom tip board. The tip board is pretty much where you go find lightning lanes.
The tip board is actually like really dope. Like that's probably one of the coolest things about Disney Genie. Honestly, it's the most that part of the Disney app, the Disneyland app, is probably the most organized the Disneyland app has ever been.
And we'll go into detail why in a little bit.
Yeah.
They also have a custom tip board tab for dining. I didn't even see that.
They had the experiences side and then the dining side. The dining side is great because you can just like, bam, let me look at what's available for mobile order right now. All at once, dude.
You see, I ain't even clicked that, and I'm over here making a YouTube video out of it. The more you know. All right, that's it.
Right here, that's what I wanted to see.
So $20 per day, Danny. That's how it all breaks down. $20 per day. And we're talking about the Disney Genie Plus. Okay, I want to make that very clear. So if you're gonna purchase it, let's go into it. Oh, this is for tickets. For tickets.
Listen, right there. That's where I wanted to go.
Hold on. I was just trying to. Okay, this is where I left off. Save time by using Disney Genie Plus. Enjoy. There you go, Danny. The my favorite word. Unlimited Disney Photopass. We got one use out of that today.
One use.
And here.
This. Oh my goodness. Please, anyone out there listening, whoever you may be, tell me where, anywhere that this you can be found on the Disney Genie app, the Disneyland app, because this was one of the things that we were so excited to try out, like audio tours, audio guides of the park. I felt like this was one of the coolest things that Disneyland was going to be offering with their version of Genie Plus. I brought AirPods. I was fully ready to experience this and share it with everyone, but we couldn't even find it.
I don't even think this field in the app existed today.
I don't even know. We looked
for it, and we got a lot to talk about. Also, too, the whole concept of lightning lanes is that you get pretty much front of the line. I don't want to say front of the line. You get shorter wait times at the parks. At Disneyland, I'm gonna go over this. I know this might be a little redundant, but we're gonna go over it. At Disneyland, you could use Star Wars Rise of the Resistance as a la carte. And what that means is you could just buy a lightning lane for $20. That's what it kicked off today. $20 for Rise of the Resistance. And you do not need to buy Disney Genie Plus. You could just buy one $20 Rise of the Resistance lightning lane. If you buy Disney Genie Plus, you could then create lightning lanes out of it for Autopia, Big Thunder, Buzz, Haunted Mansion, Indy, Small World, Matterhorn, Millennium Falcon, Roger Rabbit, Splash, Space, Star Tours. And to go on to the next one, for California Adventure, you could also use Disney Genie Plus. And the big thing is you do not need to pay another $20 to go use Disney Genie Plus at DCA. If you do it one purchase, that's all you need. It'll work for both parks, except you can't start making lightning lanes until 1 o'clock, which we didn't even get to experience that. And we'll go into that in a little bit. But at California Adventure, you could buy lightning lanes for individual. Oh, gosh, I wish this had a name. You could buy individual lightning lanes for Radiator Spring Racers and Web Slingers. And both of those launched today at $7. Very different than the launch of Rise of the Resistance at $20. I couldn't tell you why that's how they kicked it off, but that's how things started. And the $20 version of Disney Genie Plus, which works at Disneyland and California Adventure, you could get Goofy Sky School, Grizzly River Run, Guardians of the Galaxy, Incredicoaster, Monsters, Soarin', and Toy Story. Those are the rest. So you got a lot more bang for your buck at Disneyland than at California Adventure. But that's just the way that the layout is. I think we got a super chat. Hold on. Stand up.
We got a super chat from Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright says, our Genie Plus was so messed up, they gave us a refund, and we only got one ride.
Wow. Damn. You know what? Our buddy Paul was like in a similar situation to that. We're going to go into detail what went down today. I also have a video that will be edited and posted today. Danny also has a video that he needs to edit and post hopefully today or tomorrow. These videos are long. It's just we went into a lot of detail. Darnell, right? I hope your next experience is a lot better than that one. We also got another super chat. Hold on. From Anthony. I'd say they are nickel and diming you, but it more like 20 and 15 you. You know, Disney Genie Plus to me felt like Max Pass. Did it feel like that for you, Danny?
Yeah, it was exactly like Well, it felt like Max Pass for us more so than normal because we weren't even really using the interface.
I know.
We
We'll
were
go
just
into it. We'll go into it.
yeah. So it felt a
Anthony.
little bit more like Max Pass for us, but um, we didn't really get a chance to use the interface of Genie Plus, where you can go into the tips and see what their tips are, and then go to the lightning lanes and all that kind of stuff. So, um, but I really definitely liked the whole process of. Well, I'd say let's just start on individual lightning lanes first, since kind of like that's the first thing that we did. So, individual lightning lanes. The number one question I've been asked, the number one question that Mondo has been asked is, do you need to buy Genie Plus? No, you don't. So if you're not interested in doing any of that Genie Plus stuff and you just want to do Rise of the Resistance, you can just pay $20 a person and skip the line. Or you don't have to pay anything. You can still ride Rise of the Resistance. You just have to wait in line. So the fact of the matter is when we went, it was about 105 minutes listed wait time on the actual ride itself, not on the app. Um, the guests that we talked to waited about just over an hour, so maybe like 70 minutes
Yeah.
instead of 105. And we paid $20 and waited no minutes, literally no minutes, like maybe 1 minute, if that even.
Yeah.
Just long enough for them to ask us how many were in our party, and then bleep bloop blop, we were on.
Let's
So
we're gonna talk about all this right now because I want to be very thorough on the conversation we're gonna have. And you guys will see this conversation come to life in the videos that we're gonna post later today or tomorrow. Um, we walked into Disneyland, and you cannot start any lightning lane, nothing, until you walk into the park. So you have to scan your ticket, and then you could create the process of buying Disney Genie Plus to then make lightning lanes. And you could also, at that point in time, after you scanned in, you could buy a lightning lane individual for whatever park you're in. So if you go to Disneyland, you could only buy the a la carte is what they're calling it. It's such bad wording. The individual lightning lane, you could then buy Rise of the Resistance. You cannot buy Radiator Spring Racers when you just walk into Disneyland. At least that's not how it worked out for us. And that's what I kept wondering. When can I buy like a Radiator Spring Racers? Is it after one? Or if the wait times goes beyond one, could I then buy it? Because I know I'm going to park hop. We never got those answers, Danny.
yeah, we'll have to try that. We'll have to try that again in our next time. Whether it you could just keep an eye on it and wait for it to get past 1 o'clock, where you could buy it, or you can try to buy it and see if it gives you if it's smart enough to give you a time after 1 o'clock, because you're having a start in a different park. But
Yeah.
I would imagine Disney's not gonna deny you spending any money. So they're gonna let you spend the money and probably give you a later time.
There was actually, let's be honest, this is like foreshadowing this conversation. Disney Genie Plus was a disaster. Not to say that we didn't have a good time, because we did. Disney Genie Plus actually didn't even work for Danny at all. Give a little explanation on what happened today, Danny.
Yeah, so the app was before it actually crashed around 10 a.m. The app was running off and on. It was inconsistent. Now you guys could pull up your Disneyland app right now, and you could see on the homepage when you. I don't know if it's consistent to whether or not you have a reservation or not, but there's a Genie section right underneath the top of the app when you're first on your homepage. If you have the new version, if you guys don't have the new version, you don't see Genie stuff yet, make sure you download the latest version of the app, update whether you're on the App Store or Google Play, because you don't get any Genie stuff until you've downloaded it. But essentially, there's an option to start your itinerary. Remember, Disney Genie in and of itself is a free service. It doesn't cost anything. It's an itinerary planning service. It gives you great tips. It also organizes the app as far as the experiences and the dining in a super awesome way, which we'll talk about later. But um, essentially, that's what there's an option to like get started with that. Okay. And so I chose not to do that because I was trying to put that in the video and I was going to start that whole process in the parks because I was going to be like, let me just be like, I'm just an average Joe guest that doesn't know anything. And I'm going to go into the park and start the process at the park. Well, Mondo and other people that I knew that were there today had started that process at home. Now, you cannot buy Genie Plus at home. You cannot buy individual lightning lanes at home. But what you can do is you can start that process of looking at your itinerary and looking at the tips from whenever you are, as long as it's the day of your park visit. And so I didn't do that. And because for whatever reason, with the system being weird, I didn't do that option. And when I got to the park, the Genie system, which kind of seems like it's running independent from the app system, did not recognize that I had scanned in for the park that day. So it recognized that Mondo did, because he had already gone through that process, but it did not recognize that I did. So I went back to the main entrance and I asked the cast members there, it's saying that I'm not logged in. And so she took a picture of my app and my pass and then scanned me into the park again, and it didn't change anything. So since she then sends me to guest relations, I went to guest relations. I talked to a manager. I don't know the name of the manager, but she essentially just told me there's nothing I can do. Genie Plus is going off and on today. I literally cannot help you. And she just walked away. So really didn't get any help there. The way I found out around it was going to the tip board. Mondo was talking about the tip board. The tip board organizes all the wait times and the experiences, and then it has the lightning lane underneath it if the ride offers it. Well, I just clicked a random lightning lane on a random attraction, and then from the tip board, it actually triggered it to let me purchase Genie Plus, and it recognized it. So I don't know what it is, but if you guys are experiencing any issues trying to buy Genie Plus, just go into the tip board and pick a lightning lane, and maybe it'll let you do it that way. That's like my biggest tip for you. But I think Mondo's biggest tip is start the itinerary like planning process from home. Just start it before you're even there.
So if you do the whole tip board thing, which I think you have to do it to get into Genie Plus, that it probably takes, I don't know, maybe 2 to 4, 5 minutes. But for me, I walked into the park. I instantly could have bought Disney Genie Plus to then make lightning lanes. Danny had to go through that process of what are your interests, what are your likes, do you like live entertainment, what restaurants do you want to eat at, stuff like that. And it just kind of puts you behind the 8 ball. Because for me, when I walked into the park, I don't know how fast these lightning lanes are going to go. I don't know how many people are going to be buying lightning lanes. So for me, like as a guest, I want to get what I want as quickly as possible. And Rise of the Resistance, like the first hour, like 8 o'clock to 9, that window for individual lightning lane, it disappeared. It was, and I think the one we ended up getting was pretty much 9 to 10 for the individual lightning lane. But once you purchase your lightning lane through the app or your Disney Genie Plus through the app, you can then, it shows you a whole list of lightning lanes you could choose from. And when I mean lightning lanes, it'll say like it'll say Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Splash, and whatever. And then this is what happened. This is when we started realizing Disney Genie Plus, like the app was just not having a good day.
Yeah.
Because
it was big. I couldn't get in, and then Mondo had already, and then at that point, I didn't want to I was going to be I don't know what I was going to do. So I just told Mondo to go by himself. And then I talked to City Hall and they said they couldn't do anything. But I eventually got to buy Genie Plus by doing that tip board route. And then I was trying to buy a lightning lane individually just for Rise of the Resistance, since that's a separate cost. And Mondo already had one for $850 or $855. I had to attempt to buy it 5 times with my credit card, before I could actually get it, and then I finally got it, and then we were good to go. And then we both made our first selection for Space Mountain, and our day was starting. So, but we knew something was going down because, like, Mondo was having some issues
Even
trying to
when I
book his.
even when I tried to buy the Rise of the Resistance Lightning Lane, I kept having to refresh at the payment. Like it just wouldn't go through. The payment wasn't going through. Things are just not loading right, and that was a common thing for the rest of the day. I do want to let people know when you buy Disney Genie Plus and you get those 12 rides you could choose from, you don't have to keep paying $20. 20 bucks. It doesn't work that way. It's just for the whole day. It's $20, and whatever rides you're able to do, you could ride them one time through Disney Genie Plus. Rise of the Resistance, it's in its own category, which you have to buy a $20 Lightning Lane, and you could only do it one time. You could buy 2 individual Lightning Lanes, but that's only if you park hop and you go to Web Slingers or Radiator Spring Racer.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go straight to the point. We go to Space Mountain, and guess what? I don't even know where to find the way to redeem a Lightning Lane. And the crazy part about it, I didn't even actually redeem a Lightning Lane at all today. And that might sound like, what? How does that even make sense? It doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't even know how we found out, Danny. Oh, I think it was the people at Space. They were like, if you just scan your ticket, the barcode, or your annual pass barcode, that'll be sufficient to use a Lightning Lane. So I'm guessing whenever you click like redeem your Lightning Lane, it's just going to show your ticket barcode. I don't think it'll be another barcode.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem with Genie Plus right now. And I know it's going to be changing when we get these little beauties right here, the magic bands, because we'll be able to use our phones too in not the way that we're using them now. Because I don't know if you guys remember Max Pass or Fast Pass from back in the day, but inserting your phone into this tiny little slot that everyone else's gross phones touch, so that it can scan your admission for your Lightning Lane, is not ideal.
I'm
And
shocked they
so
allowed that, Danny.
I know, and not only that, but like I even had an instance where a cast member took my phone out of my hand at Millennium Falcon and scanned it for me. He's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna do it," and he like took my phone from my hand and like put it in the slot. And I was like, "Okay," and I
Welcome
was
to
just like,
opening day Genie Plus.
I was like, I'd rather just have the magic bands or be able to touch my phone to the reader. But Disneyland doesn't. The thing I realized is that I'm not sure why. I honestly just don't know why Disneyland decided to roll out Genie Plus just yet without the magic bands being ready. Because then I figured out like there's so much infrastructure in place even that's not there, because I just realized like everyone thinks we have the magic band readers, and maybe we do in those weird little domes, but then at the same time, like are is Disney gonna really keep those like scanner hole things? Because Disney World doesn't use those scanner hole things. They just use the NFC. And then if you don't want to use a magic band, you just use the NFC in your iPhone or your Android phone, and you just touch it to the same touch point, and it reads the same way. So you don't have to have that weird little hole to stick your phone in to scan it. And I realized maybe the readers that we have don't have that. And so maybe we have to wait for all the readers to be replaced with NFC ones. So I don't know if maybe Magic Band rollout's farther than we think, because all that stuff has to be replaced.
Yeah. We got a super chat from ADJA. Hey guys, thanks for all the great info. With the addition of lightning lanes, are there still single rider lanes? If so, would the lightning lane be even faster than single rider line? Thanks. There is still single rider lines. That still exists.
Yeah.
I'm going to get straight to the point. This is a spoiler alert for my video today, later, that I'm going to post. I don't think we waited more than 5 minutes for any single rider or any single lightning lane at all today. The most impressive lightning lane that we did, where I was just like, damn, I'm a believer. Rise of the Resistance was 1 minute literally 1 minute. One freaking minute. That's when I was like, I can't say nothing bad about lightning lanes, Danny.
Yeah.
I think if I can remember in the video, I think it was 105 minutes of a wait for Rise of the Resistance, and the $20 lightning lane, 1 minute, just straight into the BB-8 section where it's BB-8 and the ray projection. What were we gonna say, Danny?
No, I was just gonna say, with Rise of the Resistance, it was like, you realize you don't realize that when you walk in that entrance, like where you're gonna pop in, and then all of a sudden you're just like, boop, right next to the ray thing. You're just like, whoa, okay.
Okay, we're getting on the ride. We got a super chat from Crystal and Chris. Danny with the blee blue blah background. Dude, that is the blee blue blah background. It's all trial and error for now. But thanks for the best info so far. Smash that like button, 5 fire, spam fire, push. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, Crystal and Chris. Let's.
I think
Let's get to some of these points real quick, Danny. Is $20 good enough for the Disney Genie Plus? How do you feel?
It if you want to do, like, if you're as a local with a magic key who goes very frequently, I would not be spending $20, because to me, like, riding a lot of rides isn't a priority for me. Like, I'm satisfied if I can go ride maybe 1 to 3 rides. Like, I don't really need to ride rides. Like, for me, like, based on what I do, I like to go get take in the park ambiance, get some some updates for everyone on what's new in the park. Maybe watch. I like a lot of the live entertainment. So maybe in the future, if they offer live entertainment as Genie Plus Lightning Lane, I would maybe consider paying for that a little more frequently. But I don't need to like be going like to every single ride possible. But a lot of times you'll visit with people who don't go as often, maybe have a less expensive magic key or buy tickets, and they want to maximize their day. I would totally pay for a Genie Plus that day to accompany them, to be able to maximize my day with them and spend as much time doing as much rides as possible, like we did today. And it's worth it if you're trying to use it in that sense. We never even used the audio experiences, so we don't know the quality that those bring, which is super awesome. We didn't even use the Photopass option, as far as like getting our ride photo. We got 1 ride photo. That's all we did. We didn't do any Photopass photographer photos, and we didn't do any other ride photos other than just Space Mountain. So there's definitely a lot that we didn't take advantage of. And ours comes with more than Walt Disney World's comes with, but ours is also $5 more. So I don't know. I think $20 is a good value. I mean, I don't even want to say I think. I know $20 is a good value, because if you're comparing it to any other theme park,
Universal, Six Flags.
If you're comparing it to any other theme park, you're paying out the nose for the same exact experience. And this is just like a fraction of the cost. It just has a little bit more rules. Like, you can't just go whenever you want, like Universal or Knott's, and do it. But you still, if you're savvy and you know how to use it, you could still pretty much use it almost on everything. Just like with Universal Express, you probably can't do everything either, but you can get most things. So,
yeah, for me, $20 is a great deal to be able to have front of the line to pretty much 12 rides if you're lucky. Today was a day, as you guys will see in my video, it was empty. It was like a super empty Disneyland. If you didn't have front of the line or Genie Plus, you'd be fine. I'm really interested to see how Genie Plus fares when it comes down to like Saturday and the last 2 weeks of December, when it's like a S show. For the most part, though, for the people that are willing to spend the money, which we already know there's a lot of those, uh, it's super worth it. I feel like Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion Holiday, Matterhorn, Thunder Mountain, Rise of the Resistance. I don't even think we waited an allotment of 20 minutes between all of those rides. So
Yeah.
for me, the ability to like, and I'm talking about like a regular person, I'm not talking about Mondo, a regular person who's visiting Disneyland once out of the year, two times out of the year, to pay 20 more bucks and like, I don't want to say guarantee a bomb day, but like you're already ahead of the curve when it comes down to getting on rides, and that's something important to you. 20 bucks is hella worth it. It just sucks when you go into like a family perspective because you're buying four of these. So it really hurts because that's a $80 spending, and you haven't even bought a churro yet. And I get it. But at the same time, you don't have to do Disney Genie Plus. You could just keep going on with your day, and if you could arrive at opening, which is called rope drop, you're gonna have a bomb day. It did get a little bit busier towards 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, but for the most part, at least as of today, uh, it was like empty. I feel like rope drops are back to being kind of not busy. Compared to like in 2019, every single day was an S show because everybody wanted boarding groups. Uh, but I do like I have to say this too. Uh, Disneyland has changed a lot now. Rise of the Resistance sucks up a lot of that morning crowd. Same thing goes with Peter Pan, and same thing goes with Small World. Freaking Tomorrowland was a ghost town for like 2 hours. Uh, even in like Adventureland and Frontierland, everything was a ghost town. It was really weird to only see three rides with a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like you have to look at the value of you have to look at the value for Rise of the Resistance as an individual lightning lane. Because as of people see the $20 and they're just like, oh no way, like I don't want to pay $20 to ride the ride. But for a lot of people, um, time is very valuable. And if they don't have much time at Disneyland, then to them it's worth the money. If to you time doesn't you don't mind waiting in line, you're okay with waiting in line 45 minutes at Starbucks in the morning to get a coffee inside Disneyland, it doesn't even bother you, like then that's a thing. But for a lot of people, time is very valuable. And with the family, and if unless you're like that savvy family that can go in at rope drop and then rush with the crowd all at once, you can't do anything else in the morning. You have to go with this crowd of people over to Rise of the Resistance to get in line, and so that you can hopefully get into Rise of the Resistance with a smaller than an hour wait. Most people that got there right away waited about 45 minutes to like 75 minutes, which is still pretty long. But during that same time frame, you could have opened up your app, bought a Rise of the Resistance Lightning Lane, had a breakfast at Carnation Cafe or at Plaza Inn, sat down with your family, ate breakfast at a normal time, not after you finally get off Rise of the Resistance, and then mosey on over to Rise of the Resistance at your leisure, walk into the Lightning Lane entrance, and be immediately put into the loading room where you're about to board the transport that goes up to the Star Destroyer. So that's right there is why you would pay $20 for it, because you just had a relaxing morning and you're getting on the most popular ride that's going to have the longest wait throughout the day. And that scenario is why it's worth money to
Yeah.
someone. That
And
scenario is why it would be worth the $20 per person, or the $15 if it's cheaper one day. It just so happened to be that today it is $20. We have to make it clear that it's not going to be $20 every day, but it just so happened that today was a $20 day.
yeah,
So I think the knee-jerk reaction that people have that saying it's $20 is not worth it. It is very expensive to ride the ride, but you have to determine whether or not your time is more valuable. And if someone is a magic key holder that's going frequently and has been on Rise of the Resistance maybe 40 times, of course $20 to ride a ride you've already been on 40 times probably isn't the most, valuable proposition you've, encountered in your particular day. But for someone that's paying, $700 for their family's tickets that day, and they've paid $5,000 for their hotel, and then another 2 to 3,000 for flights, and they want to ride that ride and also have a nice relaxing breakfast at the one of 2 days they get to go to the park, I would absolutely pay that. And when I go to visit Walt Disney World, you better believe I'm going to be using Genie Plus every freaking
I'm
day.
gonna use Disney Genie Plus every trip I go to Walt Disney
Every
World.
freaking day that I'm there, I'm going to use it, and I'll happily pay the $15.
And I'm pretty sure the locals at Walt Disney World have the same opinion as the people here in California. Like, I'm not buying $20 this, $20 that. But then like me and you, we're going to Florida. We're buying Disney Genie Plus every day.
Yeah.
and that's the thing. The one thing about Disney Genie Plus, I've said it many times, it's not meant for locals.
Mm-mm.
Same thing with the after-hour parties, and it seems like Disneyland hasn't been doing a lot of stuff for locals in a minute. I'm still pretty shocked that they even released Magic Keys. I'm really thankful they even did that. So I'm already happy.
Like, you would probably pay no problem for an individual lightning lane on Ratatouille the next time you go back, just to guarantee that you don't have to try to deal with the whole boarding groups for Ratatouille.
I have to be honest. I will never pay a lightning lane for Ratatouille. I don't know if Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway has individual lightning lane, but I would.
No, that's just a regular Genie Plus one.
Wow, I'm mind blown by that. I would like, if I was in Florida, I would buy an individual lightning lane for Mickey and Minnie's. Ratatouille's, it just, to me, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't call my name like that. The one that I was really shocked was the discrepancy in value, because Web Slingers is a lot more new than Rise of the Resistance, and it opened up at $7 a day. Same thing with Radiator Spring Racers, which in my opinion, that has a longer wait time than Rise does every day. But it was only $7. I think Disney just wanted to start off with $20 and see how many people are willing to pay it. And they really didn't get to experience that today, because as time went on, just to get to the point, Disney Genie Plus didn't work at all. It completely stopped working around, I'll say, probably 11
a.m. Yeah. It was 10.
10, yeah, like 10, 11 a.m. Disney Genie just completely stopped working. And what ended up happening was, I don't even know how this info got through, but we ended up finding out. They just told us whatever rides are eligible for Disney Genie Plus, you could just go over there and scan your annual pass, and they just let you in. Like all the rules of Disney Genie Plus just went out the door today. And one of the big ones that I feel like upset a lot of people. People bought individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance, and people were being told, like, you cannot use your lightning lane today, when Disney Genie Plus just completely essed itself. What ended up happening, they were just telling people, like, you have to go get a refund. So that was upsetting a lot of people today, because Rise of the Resistance just ended up doing no lightning lanes. The other rides, like the 12 rides that you could use Disney Genie Plus, those were accepting still the people that could just scan their ticket or their pass. But Rise was they just didn't allow anything anymore. Even though you had bought one and you had a receipt, email, everything, a screenshot, it didn't matter. They just weren't allowing it. Let me go into some of these comments. One thing, I'm gonna be honest, it seems like Disney Genie Plus, just a lot of people are upset about everything Disney Genie Plus. I feel what you guys are feeling. Trust me. I'm a guest too. I'm just a guest like everybody else. The main thing, you don't have to use Disney Genie Plus. That's I don't know how more clear that could be. You don't have to do it.
And
We
for
had our
those that
buddy.
weren't,
I was just gonna
oh,
say we had our buddy Raider Nation. He was there today, waiting the regular line. He probably did more rides than we did. he did. The lines were just great today. Maybe that was indicative because Genie Plus like s itself, but you could just wait in regular lines. You don't have to use it. You do
yeah,
not have to use it.
you don't have to use it. We did everything today because we wanted to share it with everyone, on the video. And like I said, I'll never probably buy an individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance. Like I've been on it before. I don't. We only did it today because we wanted to see what the experience was like and how fast it actually was. And it was. If you're looking at a value of that, if, I felt like it was worth it. If I was the kind of guest that would want that, but would I ever buy that again? No, I probably never buy the individual lightning lane for that. For $7 for Radiator Springs though, if I felt like I wanted to go on that ride and didn't want to wait 90 minutes, you better believe I'll buy it for $7 on Radiator Springs Racers. No problem. But what I was gonna say is um, the when the system crashed, yeah, we found out via Twitter that you could just basically what they were doing is they were letting anyone that had purchased Genie Plus go to the Lightning Lane entrances, scan their ticket admission, whatever they had for their admission, whether it was a Magic Key, a ticket, or whatever, and then it would just automatically turn green and you could go in because it knew that you had bought Genie Plus. And so that's what we did for the rest of the day. So it was almost like we spent $20 and got a VIP tour.
Yeah, that was one thing. I was like, somebody mentioned that to me early in the morning. They're like, "Man, this is better than a VIP tour," and I was like, "Is it really?" And then we ended up just waiting 1 minute lines all day, and I was like, "Man." But a VIP tour, you get Lightning Lane for everything.
I know. Even for the
You
rides we
could
don't
do
have
Peter
it.
Pan Lightning Lane, and you're like, I want to do it again, and you could just do it again with the
Yeah,
VIP
you can
tour.
just
So
keep doing it.
it'll never be a VIP tour. Uh, the thing that I mentioned before too, Danny, uh, the only way that Disneyland can sell Lightning Lanes is by increasing standby. That's what causes people to want to buy Lightning Lanes because the lines are so bad. It's horrible. You know what I mean? That whole conversation. Um, the one thing that I know a lot of people wanted to ask and wanted is because we had it before, we had Max Pass on our annual pass. After using Lightning Lane today and the efficiency of just waiting, no wait time, I don't think Lightning Lane's going to be added to Magic Keys, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it'll never be.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It defeats the whole purpose of keeping the lightning lane, a short line. And to be honest, the regular wait times weren't really all that affected by even when we were starting to be able to use the lightning lane on an instant no wait basis where we could just go and redeem whatever we wanted whenever.
Yeah.
When the system went down, it wasn't even then truly affecting the weights all that much. Like the Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, everything just seemed pretty normal. And there was very few of us using it. So honestly, to be honest, the average guest that was there today, I would say probably like 80% of the people that were there didn't even know what Genie Plus or what was even happening
Yeah.
today.
And that was a common thing that we mentioned, like talked about throughout the day, like not on videos, but just I don't think anybody even knows the Genie Plus existed.
Yeah, people were just doing their own thing. They were just waiting in line.
I could tell you, Disneyland, they want you to know what Disney Genie Plus is. Obviously, it makes money, but they put signage all the way down the tram route, Danny.
I
Disney
know.
Genie Plus can make your day better. Disney Genie Plus
Yeah.
can make an itinerary for you. Disney Genie Plus is gonna grant your wish.
Yeah, I will say one thing I am happy too about Magic Bands coming and doing this same service is my phone was dead probably like by 1 p.m.
Yeah, dude, my phone got killed today too. That's a
Yeah.
great thing to talk about.
So it's like if I had a Magic Band, I could just, scan in and not have to try to dig through the app, launch it, and pull up the little barcode and all that
And
stuff.
Danny mentioned this on previous live stream last week, having the Magic Band, it just eliminates a lot of usage that would happen with the phone. Because you don't have to pull your phone out and redeem code. You could just bleep bloop blop. That's your lightning lane done. And I guess at Disneyland we're gonna get Magic Band Plus, whatever those are gonna be. I can't wait to experience that. I really believe, Danny, that lightning lane, it was kind of uh, I feel like a lot of people would get a lot more out of it if Magic Bands were here, because it's just a better process. And right now, you're the one thing that happened today. All of a sudden, you're using your cell phone a whole lot more than you were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was one thing I noticed throughout my day, Danny, because you're constantly looking. Like, can I get another lightning lane? Is Genie Plus even working? Refresh, refresh, refresh.
Yeah. So yeah, essentially, we both had a really great time today. But as far as Genie Plus in and of itself, we both eventually, through the problems this morning, got into the program. We bought our individual lightning lanes, and we were able to actually book 2 lightning lanes in the regular route before the service crashed. So we really didn't get to experience anything that the service truly has to offer. So my video or Mondo's video isn't truly going to be like a video of like how to use Genie
Yeah,
Plus fully.
we got to go back.
Yeah, so we're going to try to recreate that maybe this weekend, maybe another day. We
We're
don't
we're
know,
not
but
buying the Rise of the Resistance though.
oh no, today was a one and done for the Rise of the Resistance. I can't justify spending another 20. It'd be
Yeah,
like
I can't
80
either.
bucks,
Yeah,
80 bucks out
and
for
I
a,
don't need Rise of the Resistance. Like, if I didn't do it for like another year, I'd be fine.
yeah, I've done it. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was honestly nice to do it today without having to wait and just be done with it like within the first 30 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I don't have to write it again for like 2 more months. Like it's whatever.
Emily Jones says, I did all the rides at DCA in 3.5 hours using Lightning Lane. I just showed my email with the Genie Plus purchase confirmation number. And there you
Yeah.
go. $20. Boom, boom, boom. Bleep, bloop, blop. Move on with the day. Go park hop and do 20 more rides. Damn, Emily dominated today. Good job, Emily. For me, I think Disney Genie Plus is going to be a great experience for all the people that do purchase it, all the people coming out of state. There's a lot of traveling happening. Yet again, I met a lot of people from Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. Lots of love for Hawaii, for the Five Fire fam out there. It's for people that are not locals. That's exactly the target audience for Disney Genie Plus. And for the people that are going to use it, what are some like great tips to utilize Disney Genie Plus, Danny? Like, what's the best way to maximize, even though we couldn't really experience it all because it broke down on us, but I'm talking about like first things in the morning kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, just I would say book like plan out. Like I would say the best thing is when you're looking at, so you start your tips, get all your tips and all that stuff, and then you buy a Genie Plus. I would say book a lightning lane for the first available time, whatever that's going to be. And then don't forget you have an hour to redeem that lightning lane. We got Space Mountain at 8:05, I think, or 8:10, and the park opened at 8. So we had an 8:10 to 9:10 return time. So we have an up until 9:10 to redeem this pass. It isn't like Max Pass in the sense that you cannot just show up whenever you want. They're very strict on that 1 hour return window. I think there was some nomenclature on that in the past about how they were going to be. But the cast member today told us very specifically that once the system was working properly and everything was going, you will have a 15-minute grace. So just keep in mind, so the biggest tip I would say, like Mondo was saying, is plan your first lightning lane, maybe in an area that you're also going to do some standbys. So like plan a Space Mountain fast or a Magic Genie Plus Lightning Lane. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Genie Plus Lightning Lane, and then like plan on going inside Tomorrowland since you're rope dropping maybe, and riding like Buzz Lightyear or maybe Astro Orbiter like by waiting in line. And then by the time you're done with maybe one or two of those, you're ready to go use your Lightning Lane and just skip the queue at Space Mountain, and you've just done bam like 3 things in an hour. So I would say that's probably the best tip is like pick your first lightning lane like in a space that you're going to be able to get to it quick because you got that 1 hour return window.
Yep. And that's one thing for us. We couldn't even see our return windows today when we did make lightning lanes. The app just wasn't working. But
That was another tip that you said, Mondo, is like people when they book their lightning lanes on that confirmation page should just like screenshot it every single time just in case the app goes
screenshot every lightning lane, because
yeah.
who knows how long Disney Genie Plus is going to be busted, you know?
Yeah, and every lightning lane confirmation when you book one actually has a confirmation number
Mm-hmm.
of you booking it. So like I would screenshot it every single time, and so that just in case the app goes down, you can just like pull it up real quick, and you know exactly what your return times are because that was what happened to us is we were struggling to know what our return times were when the app wasn't working. So
Also, too, we got John Ramos with 4 months. How does Genie Plus affect DOS and anyone using wheelchairs and scooters? John Ramos, I can't tell you how it affects because things happened so fast today and then it got shut down. But I do have one of my buddies who was using a DOS pass. Today, I don't know. She didn't even pay for Disney Genie Plus at all. But the way that she ended up getting return times, they gave her a piece of paper and they went just old school method and we're doing like handwritten return times. Like they were signing it with the return time.
yeah.
So I couldn't tell you how it's affecting things. I feel like I'm getting asked that a lot. Maybe I do a video on the changes to the DOS system because I know that there was changes coming. I just wasn't sure when they were going to be implemented because I maybe because Disney Genie Plus has now launched, DOS has changed, but I'll look into that. I'll put more emphasis on getting information on that, John Ramos. What were you gonna say, Danny?
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, that was it. Basically, just that was my biggest tip was just picking that first thing, and then also making sure that you're screenshotting that because I'm sure there's going to be many other instances when the app goes down, and Mondo, you've been standing outside the gate before trying to load your pass. Like sometimes the app just doesn't load. So
That happened to me today. The app
yeah,
wasn't loading my pass, and it shows you like a Rona, like that Rona update. The little snowflakes have to come through, and then it doesn't load anything. And there's a lot going on with the Disneyland app, man. Disneyland and technology is like it almost seems like they never go hand in hand, Danny.
yeah. So I did want to bring up on the chat, Brian. His only name is just Brian. He put in there, you may be able to use lightning lanes 5 minutes earlier as well. So yeah, this is the official word from the cast members that received their training. They were all working today. So you can use, so if your return window is 8:10 a.m. to 9:10 a.m., you can use that lightning lane at 8:05. So 5 minutes before, you can start using that lightning lane. And then you have until 15 minutes after your window to use it as well. They've been taught and trained that if it's outside of that window, it is no longer valid.
Yeah,
So
and it almost seemed like they're going to be firm on that, Danny.
yeah, they are going to be firm on it because otherwise, they can't keep the integrity of the system. So it's not like in the past where you could kind of just come late and be okay. Obviously, there's extenuating circumstances. Maybe you were stuck on a ride. Maybe you were at a restaurant waiting to pay for your bill and you're late. Like you can explain that to the cast member, and the cast member in that moment when they're scanning your thing has the ability to override it and turn it green rather than blue.
Yeah.
So they can get you through. if they're the ones that ultimately gatekeeping that experience. So you have to be able to speak to them in a way that, you can explain the situation. But just by default, it's a 1 hour return window, very strict, with a 15-minute grace afterward and a 5-minute grace before. So that's the official.
And once you use your lightning lane, you could then just get a next one. You don't have to wait 2 hours. There's no delay. So pretty much once you scan it, you could then make another lightning lane. So once you get on Thunder, I want to go on Autopia. We got a big super chat. Damn vlogs, Demi. For all the lightning lanes.
Yeah. I want to see Demi try to use that.
Yeah, thank you, Demi. I appreciate the guy dropping the $99.99 on my Lanta. Let me hit that home one more time.
Demi would have just been like, "I'm over this. I'm done."
Yeah. Let's go get a Dole Whip. I'm done.
Oh, you never got your Dole Whip today.
I know. It was just too much chaos. She says, Danny has the best eyebrows. I'm jealous.
Yes, she did say that. She did say that.
KASW. Danny always brings the needed information clearly and articulately. Thank you, Danny, for brilliantly expressing explanations. Okay. Let's go to these other formats of Disney Genie Plus real quick. Give us a breakdown. How did the audio moments go today, Danny? Because there's actually a feature called Audio Tells, I think, or something. How did it go today, Danny?
Didn't go at all. We didn't even know where they were. I even searched the app for I just typed in audio on the app. Nothing pulled up. I was just literally that was the most excited thing that I was wanted to use that for. So, bummerino for me on that one, but
okay. And another use of Disney Genie Plus that you get, unlimited Photopass. Give us a breakdown, Danny. How did that go today?
Well, there was a moment when we were trying to use that. We never once actually saw a Photopass photographer, and we were even
there wasn't a lot today on.
We were at the Millennium Falcon when we were trying to use it, and there wasn't even a photographer anywhere around the Falcon. I was like, "Oh, we'll just use it here at the Falcon and try one here." There wasn't even one there, so we just used it on because it does include your ride photos too. So
that's the only one we got.
So you jot down your number. Or my favorite method is take a picture of your photo real quick so that you got the little number on it, and then you can do it later when you have a little more time. And then you can get all the high quality downloads of your ride photos. But we only went on one ride that had a photo. We would Space Mountain. So and that's the only one that we used the code on. So those two extra experiences, we only did one thing. But
let me keep going though. The one thing that has come out, and Danny referred to it earlier in the live stream that I wanted to really go over. All of a sudden, a lot of scheduled things arrived on the Disneyland tip board that's on Disney Genie, so everybody could see this. You have the Dapper Dans. The lighting of the castle all of a sudden has a schedule, and they look like it had 2 times. The parade was on there. Fireworks were on there. Another real good benefit that the Disney Genie was offering was that you can now see return times for restaurants. Back then, you had to kind of search for the restaurant and then look at the wait times, Yeah. Now they're just showing you Ronto Roaster has a 10 to 11 if you want to order something. Plaza Inn has a 12 to 1. I really feel that update specifically is probably one of the more valuable updates that I'll get a benefit out of because I don't have to pay anything. It's just part of Disney Genie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's so true. It's the best part about this whole thing is Disney Genie by itself is a free service. So, and the tip board and the My Day portion of Disney Genie, I think are great. And especially the tip board, I can't get over how organized it is. Like Mondo was saying, you can just click the food tab, and then all of a sudden you've got a really short list of every single restaurant that's currently offering mobile order with the specific time window that they're offering as the earliest one. So if it's at lunchtime, you can quickly just be like, bam, these are all the restaurants that are currently offering mobile orders, and this is what their return times are. And you could be like, okay, the shortest one is at Galactic Grill. I guess we're gonna eat at Galactic Grill because we're all hungry right now. So you
Yeah.
know, rather than having to like order food and then search for Galactic Grill and then see, okay, this is what the times are it's having. Okay, let's go check Pim Test Kitchen. Let's see what the turn. No, you can just go through the whole list and see, wow, this is everything that's there. And I don't know if you guys used the app before, but there was like literally no way for you to know what the lighting ceremony of the castle time frame was
Even yeah,
unless you
like
specifically knew that the lighting ceremony for the castle is called Wintertime Enchantment of Sleeping Beauty's Winter Castle. Like
who
that
knows that? Nobody.
you literally had to search that in order to find it. But now on the tip board, when you just go through the day, bam, the castle lighting is on there with all the times that it has for that day. Couldn't be more organized. They even had on the tip board the times for the Dapper Dance. Like, when has that ever been on anything? So it's like it brought back the easeability and the the organization of the old like paper entertainment guide where you could just be like, bam, this is all my entertainment. Like that's literally what Genie Plus did for the app. You can be like see everything and it's so great. I would say that's the best part about it,
It
regardless of
it
having to pay anything.
it even had the small world lighting ceremony on there, like it's at this time. So I think from that perspective, it's gonna keep a lot more people in the loop of what the heck's happening for that specific day that they travel. You know. Um,
Mm.
the other thing I wanted to talk about, Danny, is
Oh dang, Mondo.
what
Oh
happened?
dang. We got Mondo had an intuition and we didn't go on it, and now I'm mad we didn't.
What
We
happened?
got a super chat from regular Josh Rowan. He sends $5. He says, "What up? So off topic, but I found out today that the new Jessica Rabbit private investigator figure debuted today on the Roger Rabbit ride. I'm shook." And Mondo wanted to ride it, and we went on Small World instead.
What does it even look like? Damn. Hey, let me check if I could get a reservation right now because I gotta go for that. Wow.
we were like
Hey, Josh.
we were like this close to the ride.
And I feel like if we would have gone on the ride, it would have been a total like, wait, what the hell was that?
Yeah, and then we would have had to ride it again.
Wow. We were literally 10 feet from the entrance, Danny.
I know.
Like, oh gosh, damn. That totally went like unheard. I didn't even know. Nobody's tagged me or anything, like on Instagram.
We're
Wow.
just over here getting rocked all day long today.
Damn, Josh, dude, thank you for telling. I had no idea that the new Jessica Rabbit debuted. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to have been her in a trench coat, like a brown trench coat. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, what is tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Tomorrow's open. Got myself a reservation if anybody's looking. Heck yeah. Well, I'll see Jessica Roger Rabbit tomorrow. Dude, Josh, thank you for looking out. I had no idea, dude. Damn, we straight up got rocked. You know what? I have to say, it wasn't meant to be, dude. Oh, Blog Mickey. Wow. Oh, dude. Hey, we love Blog Mickey. One of the best websites to get updates for Walt Disney World and Disneyland. He does an amazing job. Okay. Straight to the point, Danny. Did Disney Genie Plus help maximize your day? Because that's the stuff that they're touting that it's gonna do.
Well, today it sure did. Because we did 10 things before 1 o'clock. So I don't think I could ever have done that on my own regularly. Um, but today was also a different day. But I could see how it could help you maximize your day by going from one lightning lane to the next, and then also kind of peppering in some of the standby weights that don't have lightning lanes. So it's just like MaxPass used to be. There's really no difference between the two systems other than I was pretty sure with MaxPass, regardless of whether or not you used the MaxPass, you still had to wait until that hour and a half or hour and 20 minutes um, was up. And with this one was kind of nice, is you could just make another one as soon as you used it. So that was a good benefit. And they were the same price. MaxPass was the same price as this, $20. So
Yeah.
it's essentially maximizing your day just like that did. So I would say it does help you maximize your day if your day is to ride as many rides as possible. If your day is just to enjoy yourself and ride whatever rides you guys want to ride, and maybe see all the entertainment, then just use the free Disney Genie and maybe use their tips to, if I was a guest that didn't know a lot about like all the different things, like I would have discovered the Dapper Dans on the tip board because I've never seen that on any kind of entertainment showtimes on the app. And I would have been like, what's the Dapper Dans? And then like be
Yeah.
like, oh, they're singing in like 10 minutes over in Main Street. Let's go look up what that is.
Yeah.
And then like
I don't
I
know
could
if
have discovered that.
I don't know if like the Disneyland marching band was on there or not. I just we it was like it just wasn't on my radar. But I'm guessing if the Dapper Dans are on there, I'm guessing the Disneyland marching band is probably on the tip board too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, breaking news. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Jessica Rabbit. We got a big update that has come through at Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. Private investigator Jessica Rabbit debuts. It looks like they just put a hat on her and a trench coat. I almost want to say if you rode the ride, you wouldn't even realize that there was a change. Like just like a normal guest, you're like, oh, okay. But there's more change coming to the ride. None of that's going to happen until like future times. And then this is one of the changes too right here. Oh, we have a more wow.
Anti-weasel. What does it say? Anti-weasel what?
Oh yeah, because it was anti-weasel. I don't even know I can't make that out. I don't know. Huh. Let me see. That's it. That's as good as it gets. Wow. Damn. That's crazy, dude. Well, I for now I'm just gonna I'm glad I got to show that to everybody, but let's stick to Disney Genie Plus. All right, Danny. I want to do a quick Q&A before we get into our closing thoughts. I want to ask everybody here in the chat today, ask some questions. Let's talk about it. Let's start some conversation. Let's It looks like Dick Tracy's back. It does look like Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
I love Dick Tracy. Were you a Dick Tracy fan back in the day?
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like that, or it looks like what do you call it, Carmen Sandiego, but with a yellow jacket rather than a red one.
I love Carmen Sandiego. Dude, I'm getting a lot of messages now about Jessica Rabbit. I love how we found that out like at 6:00, dude.
I know.
Oh man. Okay, let me read. Let me see. I'm just reading real quick. Anybody got questions? I know it's a little laggy. I'm just let me see. Alliance or Ella says, "How was your experience today compared to Walt Disney World?" I never got to use Disney Genie Plus at Walt Disney World, but my experience today was incredible. Having to wait only 1 minute lines, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Hortensia says, "Sorry, miss a lot, but how soon can we buy Genie Plus and book rides?"
Yeah, so this is different from Florida because in Florida, if you're staying on property, you can start booking at 7 a.m. for either individual lighting lane or your Genie Plus. And at Disneyland, it's all basically you can only do it once you've scanned into the park for that day, and I experienced issues with that, so there's always a risk. So after today, though, you can buy Genie Plus in advance, but you can't do anything with it until you've scanned in for the day. So if you want to make sure you've bought it beforehand, you can actually buy your ticket or buy it on the app beforehand, starting tomorrow and moving forward. But you can't like book anything with it until you get into the park and have scanned in for the day. So that's why we did rope drop today, because it kind of harkens back to the old days of when Rise of the Resistance had a boarding group, and it was only active right at 8 o'clock when the park opened. But Disneyland was letting guests in as early as like 7:30. You had like a 30-minute buffer to get scanned in and wait in a specific area in the park to try to get a boarding group. It's kind of the same thing. You can get in there for rope drop at Disneyland 30 minutes beforehand on Main Street and start making your selections right away for Genie Plus and or buying individual lightning lanes. So essentially, you want to, if you're trying to get the most value possible out of Disney Genie Plus and you're going to purchase it that day, I would highly recommend getting there for rope drop, so you have that 30, 20-minute, 10-minute buffer before the park opens to start making your selections before most of the guests start showing up.
Yeah, because it works when you scan. It's not an 8 o'clock thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Lindsay says, "Do you think Genie Plus and Lightning Lane will really elevate some of the long standby lines?" I'm going to have to say yes, Lindsay. Today was not at all the case at all. But I think Saturday and then the last 2 weeks of December, we'll get a really good test study of how bad it does get. Ruben says, "Can you purchase Photopass without purchasing Genie Plus?"
That's a good question. I don't know if they still have it. They called it Photopass Plus.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's still there.
Ruben, I have to say I don't know the answer because it's like they stopped promoting Photopass in general. I rarely hear somebody buy Photopass anymore. I'll look into that though. I'll look at, if anybody knows in the chat, if you could just buy Photopass only, can you post in the comments? We got Faith Gonzalez, super chat. They just wanted to cover her tatas. I think she's talking about Jessica Rabbit. Thank you, Faith Gonzalez. Let me see. DJ Ray. DJ Ree says, "Genie Plus looks user-friendly. How easy is it to use?" Did you think it was easy to use, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, the whole when you get started, it asks you what are your top rides, what are your must-haves, and so for the average guest, that's pretty cool. You can be like, okay, we gotta hit the Mad Tea Party and Indiana Jones, Haunted Mansion Holiday, Space Mountain. You check all the ones that you gotta hit, and then you hit continue, and then it'll ask you for your interest, like Mondo was saying, do you like villains for characters, do you like Star Wars? Are you into fireworks at nighttime? Are you interested in special seasonal offerings? It literally asks you all these questions. And then dining interest, it asks you what you want to do for dining. And then basically it'll give you your whole itinerary. And then at that time, you can add the Genie Plus to enhance your itinerary, because then then the itinerary can start actually scheduling you times to ride the rides with the lightning lanes. So it is pretty cool and intuitive if it's all working. And if if Mondo wanted to pull that up now while he's on on his phone, it does all work now. I'm looking at it; everything works fine now.
The Genie Plus.
Yeah, it's asking me all the same stuff again from this morning.
I know. I'm trying to like. My thing wasn't.
It even asks you. It even asks you about accessibility and height requirements, like while you're making it too, so it can even adjust that as well.
I
So,
saw that. That was a feature. Uh, uh, Edlin says, curious how you think Genie Plus works with Rider Switch. I only saw one scenario where they were trying to ask about Rider Switch, and it was at Rise of the Resistance. And they were just like, you have to get a refund. We're not doing lightning lanes. I was like, damn. So I don't know the answer to that. I have to say, I don't know the answer. Savannah says, can I purchase Genie Plus for everyone in my party if I have them linked in my app? The answer is yes. You definitely can. You could just buy it for everybody. It'll allow you. Remember how boarding groups look where you do the little check marks? That's exactly how it works for buying Disney Genie Plus. The one thing that I forgot to talk about in my YouTube video, but I'm going to talk about it now. When I had my individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance, it actually had a link that I could have added people, Danny. Did you notice that?
yes, it did.
So just because I only bought one, Disney's like, nah. If you want to spend more money, we'll make that happen. You want more people to get on individual lightning lane? Let's go. We got that Abu plan for you. Snacky Chan says, so overall, worth the money. And did you do any Abu passes? Abu, I call individual lightning lane Abu. I had to give it a name, Danny.
Abu.
Yeah. What else? It's Genie. It's Aladdin.
I just call them wish passes.
That's pretty good.
Because
I like Abu. So is it worth the money?
Abu passes. Like I said, if your goal is to ride as many rides as possible, yes, I think it's worth the money because the wait time experience in the lightning lanes themselves was very minimal. So if that's your goal to ride as much as you can, then absolutely that's a pretty good. And then the additional bonuses are just an extra bonus, and we didn't get to experience those unfortunately. So we'll have to try that again. Maybe, like I said, maybe we try that this weekend and try to recreate that. But I've gone through at Walt Disney World the Genie Plus stuff, and it's actually pretty fun to like see the itinerary and like the way that it recommends. Like I'm gonna send you right now, Mondo, some screenshots.
Yeah. Carlos says, can you pay with the gift card? You definitely can. You
Yes.
could also pay with Apple Pay. That was an option too. Let me see. I'm just going through the questions real quick. Space Mountaineer says, have you tried eating at Pelican's Point yet? I haven't, but I've done a live stream there. It's a really nice shaded area. I really enjoy sitting down there.
Yeah.
Liz Sophie says, so if I do half a day at the park later in the evening, Genie Plus is really not worth it, right?
No.
Correct.
No.
You do not want to, if you can't buy it by like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. at the latest, it's probably just not even worth buying. It's just the bang for your buck just doesn't make sense at that point. Faith Gonzalez with the super chat. Just sitting here sipping on my homemade champorado. Damn. Woo. I wish I had a homemade champorado. You ever had champorado, Danny?
Yes.
Dude.
I like it, but it's not like my most favorite thing.
Heck yeah, Faith. That's a good way to stay warm though right now. It's getting cold. Man.
Will Burton says just call it an ill pass. Individual lightning lane. I got my ill pass.
Did anyone with iOS Disneyland app have to manually update the app from the App Store? I actually did, Will. I had to do that myself. It didn't just like give me the option to update. I had to manually do it myself. Let me see. Maria with the super chat. Thank you, Maria. They also updated the app so it's similar to Walt Disney World where it shows your upcoming theme park resis in the future. But yes, I totally
Yes,
forgot
it actually
to talk about
that's
that.
the coolest thing. It shows your reservations now in the app, just like Walt Disney World. It's so nice.
Yeah, thank gosh. Like, dude, oh man, I've been wanting that feature for since we've had reservations, because you have to go out of the app, check on the website, do all that.
Hmm.
Now you just it's
So,
on the Disney Genie.
so let me just explain to everyone, and we're not going to have a visual for this. So I'm just going to talk about it, and before Mondo shows those. So, in iOS, this is just for iOS, just for iOS. There used to be when you open up the App Store app on iOS, where you download apps from, there used to be a tab at the bottom that was called Updates. But when Apple launched Apple Arcade, which is a paid service that they have where you can play like um, and download the video games for free. You pay monthly and you can basically download all the video games you want on your phone. That took over the update tab. So in order to update your apps, it's actually really tricky. So you open up the App Store, and then when you open up the App Store, there should be a picture of yourself in the top right corner, or like a little silhouette of a guy if you don't have a picture. And then you're going to click that. And then on that page, you actually just scroll down on the page to kind of like do that little refresh when like kind of like how you refresh your email or something like that on your email app. And then you'll see all the apps on the bottom on that page that are pending updates. And that's how you manually update apps on iOS. It's kind of hidden, but I figured I'd throw that little tip out there.
Yep, yep. What did you want to talk about with the screenshots, Danny?
The screenshots, I was just saying, this is how easy, because this is just, I pulled this up literally just right now. Because I purchased Genie Plus today, so it's still active on my phone. But this is how easy it would normally go if the app wasn't crashing all over the place like when we were using it this morning. So I literally went through all the questions. I bought Genie Plus, and then now it's telling me, hey, did you know like you picked these rides as rides you want to do? Did you know that you have the Disney Genie Plus service? So as a benefit, you can just like select an experience and book a time. And then it's literally telling me in a row, these are all the times that are available for this ride.
I didn't
Like,
get to see this at all, I think, today.
yeah, it's working literally right now. Mondo, if you pull it up right now, it's literally working so amazing right
I'm gonna
now.
book
Like,
myself a Genie Plus somewhere. Why not?
see, like right now I pulled up the app and it's telling me, hey, I recommend that you go ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride right now because it only has a 20-minute wait. And you said you wanted to ride that.
Dude, all wait times are like under 30 minutes today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Rise is only 50 minutes right now. That's crazy.
But you
Crazy.
gotta go to um the My Day thing, Mondo, and then say it'll give you like recommendations.
Yeah. We got Boo It's Judy with the super chat. Let me hit that horn. She says, looks like future dining reservations for most people fell off the app today, including mine. I'm assuming it's all from the Genie Plus maintenance. Wow. So, looks like future dining. I wonder, is it still on the website? That's crazy. Uh,
Oh, Mondo, can you look at
but
I
thank you,
can
Bruce
actually
Judy.
pull
I'm gonna look into that too about the whole dining reservation thing. That's
so
crazy.
now I'm on the My Day section of Disney Genie Plus. Let me go ahead and turn on my Do Not Disturb so I don't get a phone call or something that interrupts this. Um, and here's one of the audio experiences. It's on my recommendations.
Can you hear it right now? Click
It
it.
says it's telling me to start listening to it at 10:15, but I could listen now if I want to, and it's called the New Orleans Square expansion.
Click
So
it.
let's listen. I'm clicking. It's even got visuals.
Can you smell the salt air? Maybe even taste it. Feel the sway of the breeze.
I know this is all like copyright stuff, so I don't want to like flag you or anything.
Yeah. All right, we can stop it there. I'm glad that's cool.
Yeah, but and you can kind of like it has the same format as Instagram story where there's like these little bars on the top that you can skip. You can like skip through.
Oh, so it's like stories.
Yeah, so it's like Instagram story.
Wow. Hey, that's a $20 experience right there, dog.
Dude, it seems really cool, but now I know where it
Hey,
is. It's
that's my first time looking at that. I didn't get to see that all day.
look
We
at
got a
this. There's
super
another
chat.
one. There's another one that says, "Who is Harper Goth?"
Man, I almost want to do a day of just going through that. Maybe
I
I'll do that
know.
today. I don't have time today. I'm gonna be playing Magic the Gathering. I'm gonna I'm gonna go nerd out with my friends, man. We're gonna play Magic the Gathering. We got Joanna Smith. We're going to Disneyland this Saturday and are wondering if it'll be the same experience as Max Pass, where all the lightning lanes will be gone by 10 a.m. for the day. Joanna, I'm gonna have to say no because I think just the common consensus, like nobody knew lightning lanes existed. I think like a month from now, maybe lightning lanes start disappearing a lot faster. But I think you'll be fine. If you are definitely interested in buying lightning lanes, I think you're gonna have a great day. For
Look
sure.
at this, Mondo. There's actually a section at the bottom of the My Day tab that says My Disney Genie Plus access photos and audio tales. And then you click that and you can click Disney Photopass photos or audio tales. And then you click audio tales and it takes you to a map. And on the map, there's literally everywhere inside Disneyland, there's little spots where you can do audio tours of everything.
So
Like
we
all over
missed
the
out
whole
on
map.
all of that.
We could have spent probably 2-3 hours just doing all these audio tales.
Wow. Well, that is something we will
Look, there's one here.
definitely look into.
Space Mountain backstory.
Huh.
Let's see what that one. Let's see how that one starts off.
I almost wish they would have had like animations with it, you know?
Yeah.
Set your sights upon the great mountain before you in Tomorrowland. That of the iconic Disney Park dark ride attraction, Space Mountain.
You gotta save that for the people, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. It's pretty
It
cool.
is really cool.
I don't know
That is
when the heck
cool.
I'll ever do an audio moment, but at least it's there. We got a super chat from Lorraine. When can we bleep blue blop? Bleep blue blop. When do we get magic bands, Daddy?
I don't know. I don't know when we get magic bands. Like I said, I don't even know if they have the infrastructure in place. So it's gonna be we're gonna have to see when Disney does it. I hope it's sooner rather than later because I'd rather use that than kind of try to scan my phone all the time. But we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe one of these days I do spend $20 to do some audio moments. It seems kind of cool.
I want to do that. Let's do that, Mondo, when we go back together because I want to do that with you.
I hope it has a lot of history, so like it helps you kind of learn some of the history and nostalgia of whatever audio moment it's doing. I don't know. I don't know what audio moments entails, but that's pretty cool.
Alejandro Perez on the chat says exactly what we were planning on doing that today. It says, I don't know. I feel like I'd throw my AirPods in and want to treat it like an audio tour. That's the whole purpose of it. It's supposed to be like an audio tour because remember, Disney Genie is all about creating a perfect day for you at Disneyland. And what perfect day for you is other than like providing you with like these little fun, like if you had paid to go on like a Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour, you're going to get like a lot of the same information, but you're getting this as part of like a $20 service. So like they're giving you this virtually, and I could see those audio tours being really, really cool. And the sound quality is really high quality. So we didn't even get to see these when we were there.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the coolest thing ever. And I love that on My Day, it was basically grouping the audio tours together with like what it was like what I was doing in that moment. So under my day, it's telling me to go ride Mr. Toad, then go ride Mike the Carousel, and then like later on, it was telling me to ride Haunted Mansion Holiday, and then after I got off Haunted Mansion Holiday, it was telling me to then do the audio tour of New Orleans Square after I got off Haunted Mansion.
Okay. Disney Genie Plus. All right. Before we do our closing thoughts, I want to show something, Danny. Oh my Lanta from Raider Nation on Instagram. Look at this. What is this, Danny?
This is confusing to me because they don't have any projectors for World of Color at all. So don't expect the show really anytime soon still. Maybe, and by soon I mean like within the next few weeks. The only thing I could think of is they're putting water back in it because they have to test the fountain somehow. And so they need to, but like all the projectors are still gone. So there's no way for them to even make a show. They can turn the fountains on and make the fountains move probably. But that's probably why they're filling it back up with water again. But this thing takes so long to fill up. It's like
I heard it's like
process.
a week, 2-week process to fill up the water, dude. It's not like a 1-day thing, you know?
Yeah, no, it takes a while. Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Shout out to the person on DMs on TikTok who told me that they could do it overnight.
Yeah. We got Debbie Newsom with the super chat. Hey guys, I just jumped in, so forgive me if this was asked already. Don't worry, Debbie. Always ask. Is this going to make us harder for people with children with disabilities?
No, actually, I think it's going to make it easier because I don't think you have to go to those little kiosks anymore unless you want to. I think it gives you the control of doing your return times with the DAS. But I think you can only do that if you like pre-enroll your DAS. There's like a whole section for Disney Genie and the DAS prior to your arrival, and it's on like the Disneyland website, so you can like read all about it. But I think when you do it that way, you have control over it. But if you want to do it the old way, you can still go get your like return times and stuff. So I don't know, and I think they'll probably just show up in your plans, like with the set return time that you have. So
and we'll get more information on that tomorrow and the upcoming days. It's just today things didn't work out, and they literally had to go to paper form again, Debbie, where they were handwriting return times.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, we got Yvette with 6 months. Yvette, thank you for the 6 months of membership. Do you know anyone with an Android who successfully used Genie Plus? App constantly crashes. I was on the phone with their IT. They said optimized Apple. You know, Yvette, I have to be honest. I've got a lot of complaints that they hate the version that's on the Android. I think I might have been talking about it with Paul and a couple other people. Like that people that have Android, they struggle. The app is just not functioning well at all on the Android version. I have to say, Yvette, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. It is struggling for sure. All right, Danny. I don't want to make this live stream any longer than it has to. Closing thoughts.
I'm blown away by those audio moments. that was the thing I was looking forward to the most, and we didn't get to experience in the park because it's down. And now that we just pulled that up live on this stream, I think that's super cool. And to see how many they're offering, and I was only looking at Disneyland Park. I didn't even look at DCA. Like, I love and live for that kind of stuff. So like, but not everyone likes that. Like some people might find the $20 value because I know there's like some really famous like influencers or historians for Disneyland that create their own audio tours, and they sell them on like Apple and Google and all that stuff, and they're like $20 a piece. Like, I feel like I would like Genie Plus just to go through those and like do all that. Like, that'd be fun. Just spend a whole day basically getting like a guided tour with like history and stuff. That's cool. But then there might be another person on the other side of the triangle or the other side of the square that wants just to do as many rides as possible, and Genie Plus will work for that. So really start the Genie Plus process from your home. Answer all the questions about what it is that is important to you. There's a section in there where it even asks you, do you like tours, guided tours, and behind the scenes? And if you click that, I bet you it's going to give you a lot of recommendations on those audio tours.
Yeah.
So I think overall, if you look at Genie as a whole product, Genie's in and of itself is pretty cool and pretty like, unique with what they're trying to do. Genie Plus, I think it's an excellent value for $20. Am I going to do it every single time? No, I'm not going to. But it's definitely worth it for what they're offering with it. But it's just not what I need when I'm going to the parks. But it's not something that's tailored for me. It's tailored for it's to help people have the best day they can at Disneyland. And I feel like if everything's working, I feel like it really could do that.
Yeah. My closing thoughts: Disney Genie Plus, everything I wanted, I got out of it. Low wait times, obviously, because you get to do lightning lanes. The fact that you also get photos, you get these audio moments included with it too. That's really cool. It is expensive. I cannot deny anything like that. It's not. But for the people that are willing to spend the money and are traveling, it's for sure a recommendation from me. I highly recommend using it. At the end of the day, you could always do standbys and stuff like that. We're going to keep track. Like Disney Genie Plus has gone to the highest priority here at the Five Fires workstation. And we're going to see how it affects the future of standby wait times. Thank you everybody for watching Five Fires YouTube. Don't forget to follow Danny at Just Ask Danny on all his social medias. And I appreciate you guys taking time out of your night to join us in today's live stream. Stay tuned. Danny's going to be posting a video on today's adventure. I'll be posting a video on today's adventure. And I'm going to go visit Jessica Rabbit come tomorrow because I didn't even know that happened. But thank you for watching Five Fires YouTube. Do not forget to hit that like button on the way out. And thank you for supporting the fire. We are firing it down, firing it down. The Cali Bay is calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.